welcome to another episode of Danielle DeVita. So, I have a video for you, and I want to be honest, this video may be hard to hear. Um, if you listen to my channel, if you listen to my podcast, I typically like to speak in um, a softer tone because I truly believe that how you speak to people determines, or when I say how, the tone in which you speak to them, how you convey your message, um, has a big impact on how people listen. When you are speaking with a softer tone, people tend to open up their ears, their heart, and able to receive what it is you're trying to say, even if it is constructive criticism. Not everyone, because some people have thin skin and they don't like to hear things negative about themselves, things that are going to push them to change to be the best. Then you have those who are more stern, and you may need a little stern speaking to give you that pep, that little light a little fire under you to make a change. And then you have people who are disrespectful, so you can't receive anything they're saying, even if it's true. So, what is my video about? Is Are the men that are on social media, are they right about women? Are they right? That is the question. So, who are these men? These are men who are upset, and they're speaking about today's modern women. Modern women would probably be, not our grandparents' age, but our parents' age, our children's age, just someone of today's society. Women who are pretty much still in the dating range. They may be somewhere under 50. And relationship is something that's becoming really big on social media. So we see YouTube, Facebook, people are talking about relationships. And on my channel, I like to focus on relationships, marriage, femininity. I'm married, so I like to speak to women who are married because it's hard to find content for women who are my age and are happily married and has been in a relationship for a long period of time that are on Facebook. They're not Facebook, YouTube. There are women that are on YouTube that are married for a long time. They have a good relationship, and they are in the age group of today's women. They're not just some older woman or some new 15-year-old that's talking about relationships. There's someone with experience, so to speak. So I don't want this to be a long video, so I do have little tabs of what I want to speak about. So one of the things is, when I say men, there are a lot of frustrated men on Facebook. Facebook, Facebook and YouTube, and all of social media. But you hear on YouTube, there's this underground where there's men who are part of Red Pill, MGTOW, which is men going their own way, not dealing with women anymore. It's just going to be they're going to do them pretty much. They're tired of women. Then you have, we're not even going to talk about incels or anything like that, but we have, the red pill, who are just like coming into the awakening of how relationships are and how life is. We have men who are of substance, and they're just pitching in and speaking about it. They have this manosphere. I don't even think this is just race related. This is just all men, because you see all of these men of different races. And then you have, high valued men, like high earning men speaking about men who are just womanizers, and they're speaking to other men on how to little strategies on how to navigate the world of relationships and women. And you have men who are just upset that they can't get the woman that they want. They're not necessarily MGTOW. They want women, but they are struggling with getting women to respect them and things like that. So there's so many videos going on. One of the videos is, if you watch my channel, I'm really big on character, how to speak with people, and a lot of videos of this viral video surfaced a while back, and a lot of his videos have gone viral, um, in other men as well, and they're speaking about modern women and women who want to be dating, but they're not necessarily in position to date. Physically, they are not being realistic. They haven't gotten their um, mindset right. Their appearance isn't right. Their weight and so many things. And they're rating women on how they would do out on the dating market, right? Um, So the question is, are these men right? Is Kevin Samuels right? Is Manosphere right? Are these red pill men right? So I want to get to it. All right. Short answer is yes. They are right about us women. So I want to first speak about first, who am I to be talking about relationships and if these men are right. Okay, so one, I'm married. Being married, just saying you're married is not enough, because there's so many women are married and they're in the same type of crazy relationships that women who are dating are in. But I'm happily married. I've been married for 11 and a half years. And a lot of women who are in their 20s are trying to get married. Well, I met my husband at 21, and then we did marry within the 2 years. Within 2 years, and um, he is what society likes to call high value. He is a high earning man, and women typically consider high value as someone who makes six figures, right? Um, I want to share a little with you about that. And I'll do that throughout my speaking. So I just want to get to it really quick. So, are women entitled? Yes, men are entitled as well, because so many men have nothing to offer except their looks or their body, their physique, and they want women who are considered eight, nines, and tens, right? Um, but I'm here to talk about women because we're going to leave men to talk about, tell other men what they need to do. But I want to talk about women because that's what I do. I'm a woman, right? And I know women. So I feel that so many women are entitled today, and they're entitled because they either believe that their looks alone, their body alone, should get them the man that they desire. And what is this man? This man who is high valued, high earning. He looks good. He is um, suave. He has swag. He has the not just the money, but the looks of money. So he has the house, the car, and things of that nature, right? Um, and he has the physique, right? So women who look a certain way want a man who are a certain way. Then you have women of a certain social status, women who are maybe are high earning, right? They make a lot of money. They make 50, 60, 70,000, 80,000, or they also make six figures, right? And they want these same high valued men because if I'm high earning, I want men who are also high earning because they are of my caliber, right? That's what some women say. And then there's other women who feel that they're entitled to these same type of men because of their degree. They feel that if they have a degree, they need they need another man who's educated. And typically he can't be the what some women in some communities like to call educated lame. I do not like that term. I just don't like the idea of putting educated and lame in the same sentence, especially with men who are black, giving the how society have treated black men. I just can't fathom the fact that we black women fix our mouth to call our own men educated lame. But that channel is not for this. So I'm going to compartmentalize that and then get straight to it. Men, so I want to say this, and I want to say this clearly. And before I say this, let me say this about me so you know where I'm coming from. I am a high earner. I have a law degree. When I met my husband, I had my degree. Before we got married, I had my master's, right? Why am I saying this? Because I don't want you to think that I'm someone who is not someone who is degreed and I'm coming at you a certain way, or someone who makes pretty good money according to high society, and um, you think I'm coming at you some kind of way. So, with that being said, if you want a man who is high earning, high valued, and I'm going to go into what I think high valued is, he does not care about your degree. He does not care about your money. All right? Yes, men want beautiful, smart women. Men who are high valued, and I'll get into my definition of high valued, do not care about the fact that you just look good and that you're beautiful. Men who are high valued is a man who has the capability of becoming a high earner. Why do I say capability? Because so many women want men who are already at this six-figure status and they don't want to build with a man. All right? You think my husband at 21 was making the kind of money that he makes? No. But through my support, through my encouragement, through his own hard work. So he didn't do this because of me. I was a supporter and influencer, but with or without me, he was ambitious and he was going to get there anyway because he did what he needed to do. He hustled. He did what he needed to do. He started here and he worked his way up here. He also did other sources of income. He did that. I didn't do that. I didn't push him to do that. I supported him and encouraged him through all those times of him getting there. But so many women want men who are already there and they want to not be along for the ride. What happened to that ride or die thing? Women say they're a ride or die, but no, you're not a rider. You want to come in after they've already gotten that nice car and this. You didn't want to be there when they were working their way and pushing their way to that. You want them when they're already here, and men see that. But before I get there, let me get back. So, like I said, I'm trying to stay on topic. So, why do we think we deserve those type of men, right? So this is a man who I again, my definition, high valued is a man who is a high earner, right? He has the capability of becoming a high earner through his hustle, through his ambition, through his mindset, right? This man is also of good substance. He is of good character. This is a man who has great character. I believe that this is a man who is a role model to children. He is a positive role model. He is not doing, his money is not coming through illicit means, through misrepresentation, fraud, things of that, right? This is a man who has great integrity, values, and he believes in family, right? He knows how to express himself, communicate, and love, right? Now, it's going to take a woman to influence some of these things in his life, but this is typically the kind of guy he is. He is the kind of guy that he has values and integrity. He is not just some prick, some guy who has money and looks good and that's it. All right? So, now that we understand what my definition of high value, he is high value. He provides value to all those who are around him. He himself inspires those around him to move up in life, to push, whether it is to be to push to have a better diet, to work out, push to have a better attitude, to be a go-getter, to go after what they want, to be more ambitious, to be more caring, to be more dedicated, to be a better person all the way around. If you think that I only influence my husband, you are wrong. My husband influenced me to be the best wife I can be, and he pushed me through his standards. So getting to that, these men have standards. Their standards, number one, number one, I'm going to say it again, number one is respect. And if you can't respect them when they're making 40, 50, 60,000, 70, you're not going to respect them when they make six figures. You're going to say that you respect them, but respect should not come with income. Okay, if you have to say you do not respect a man because of what he earns, then why are you even talking to him? Why are you even you should respect any person. So when I say this, I mean the people who you say you don't respect, why are you even around or in conversations with them? If you don't respect them, you don't have to disrespect them by speaking to them any kind of way. Just get them out of your circle. Stop talking to them. But respect should not come with money. I know people say you earn respect. Yes, I believe you earn trust. I think everyone should be respected. And if you can't say something nice, just don't say it at all. Right? But if a man sees that you don't respect him at 50, or maybe he lost his job, and you're not there to encourage him to get his own business, and oh, you'll get back out there, you're not going to respect him at all, because respect comes with how you speak. So as you know, femininity to me is more than an outward appearance. I believe femininity is something that you need to have as part of your mindset, because once you get your mind right, everything you think, say, and do is going to come out in a positive reflection of your feminine energy, right? So if you don't respect this man, why should he want you? High valued men want women who respect them. So they're not going to speak to them, curse them out, talk to them any kind of way, put their hands on them, act all like you are not high valued. I'll say that. Okay, so now this high valued man also, okay, he wants you to be beautiful, he wants you to be smart, he doesn't care about your money, he doesn't care about your degree, but he wants you to respect him. He wants you to support and encourage him, which means if you're the person who's always disagreeable, always negative, always nagging, always having something back to say, you're probably not supporting him, because the things that are coming out of your tongue is always so negative. You need to get to the point where you are speaking positive things, where you are an inspiration, where you are, when he's around, when he is at home or he's around, you are this positive energy for him, right? You are someone who just brightens up his day, and you are the person that when he's down, you're there. I'm not saying be with someone who is not of substance. So this is why I'm speaking about high value men, because people think high valued, again, is high earning. This is a man of substance. This is a man of character and integrity. If you're not with that guy, then you just need to disregard all of this, because one, you're just in the wrong type of relationship. This goes to why men are asking the question, if you have more than one, about your past relationships, your if you have children, the father of your children, because they want to know your mindset, the kind of men that you used to date, because are you of drama? If you have 6 baby fathers, then what was your mindset? That means you didn't know how to properly judge character. So you're not even going to know if this man has good character, this high valued man. You're not going to know if he has good character, because you yourself don't have good character, and you're not a judge. You're not a good judge of good character. A person who has good character usually can gauge if someone else has good character. So you might, if you're saying I'm always getting these types of guys, you might want to look at the type of character and personality you have. Why are you always dating these type of men? What are your standards? Because people who have high standards only date other people with high standards. Like if you're confident and you have positive, you have good self-esteem, you have self-love, you're not going to date someone who is of low value. You're not going to date men who don't want to work, who are not going to want to be great fathers, who are not going to want to be a good role model, who's not going to want to respect you. You're not going to date those men, because once you've established what your standards are and what your deal breakers are, you're going to weed people out of your life, whether it's business, personal, or relationship wise, um, romantic relationship wise. You're going to weed these people out of your life. The people that you feel that you don't respect their views, you're going to weed these people out your life. So the only people you are around are those who you do respect. You're going to need to put yourself out there to be around other men who are respected. Now, before you say, well, you saying your man is high value, blah blah blah, I work at a law office. I work around other men who would be considered what you would say is high earners, high value. I worked in the bank. I I've encountered people who are businessmen and people of high value. Um, so if you are going to, and I was around educated men. I went to college with other men who were educated, right? So, um, you have to say, for you to say that the men that you are around and that when men that you dated were no good, I mean, unless it was like a date or two and then you realized and broke it off or after a few months. But if you say that you wasted years and months of your time, you were not a good judge of character. If you had children after children with men and they're no longer in your life or your child's life, you have not had standards, good standards. What you did is you had preferences, and your preferences were a man who has a six pack, a man who had six figures, a man who looked good. And most likely, if you are watching channels where you're looking for high valued men, you probably are not around high valued men. If you have to be on channels to ask where the high value men are, where do I go, you're not around them. Now, that does not mean that men who are working men are not men of value. Okay? When I say this, I mean, how is it that you want a man who works in this nice tall building? You want him to be a manager, a leader in this building, right? And so you respect him because he's white collar. But the man who built the building, you can't respect. You can't respect the man who delivers packages, the man who cleans up the streets, the man, any construction, anything. Because a woman who's high value could see a man who has the hustle, the grind, and he is in construction and he has a great attitude. He's great at what he does, and he's a guy who works with his hands, right? If you say, wow, you're awesome at what you do, you've been working for that company for a while. Have you thought about starting your own business? Or have you thought about doing an app that does this of what you were speaking about? Why is it that we want men that are already here, but we don't want men that are working towards building something? We also want to have children with these men, and we're okay with giving children the last name of that man, but we don't have the standards to demand the ring and the last name for that man. So we don't take his last name, but our children will. All right. So I feel like we women are so entitled. We women sometimes love to call ourselves eights, nines, and tens. Again, I do not like the value system that men place on us, but no matter whether we want it or not, men are placing a value on us. So if a man says he wants a dime, a 10, a 10, no one's going to be looking like Beyonce, because Beyonce, I don't believe when she's on, when you see her on the cover of a magazine, she's not always looking like her. You see sometimes where you see her without the glam and the makeup, she's still pretty, but she's not. People are trying to aspire for that Beyonce, the one that's on the cover. No one looks like that all the time. But aside from that, the question is, what do these high value men want? They want someone who looks pretty with and without makeup. So the man who is the high earner, who looks good, is gonna woman who looks good as well. Not looks like a boo boo the foo before makeup and a beautiful princess after the makeup. They want that same look, just your beauty is enhanced, right? Um, I'm a big proponent of not wearing makeup, colored lip gloss, eyeshadow. Yes. If you go to my skin regimen, you can see the things that I put on my face. I'm not big on makeup on the face because I believe that skincare is something that if you feel beautiful in the skin that you're in, skin as far as either the color of your skin, as well as any without any blemishes and things like that, then you will feel better about yourself. People tend who do not wear makeup and they seem to be comfortable in themselves. Not to say those who wear makeup are not comfortable with themselves, but I am saying people who wear 5 and 6 layers of makeup are not comfortable with themselves. I am saying that. If you have to wear 5 to 6 layers to mask the look you had before, you're not comfortable with how you look when you wake up. If you look in the mirror and you're naked and you do not like the way you look, change it. But do not say that you are a 10 when you know there's things that you need to work on. Because if you say that you are a 10 and you know there's things you need to work on, what's the likelihood of you working on those things because you already think you're great? You already give yourself an A plus. You're not going to work on yourself. I'm married and I still have to work on myself. I have to make sure that I am on point so my husband can still um, like the way I look, so he can still be find me desirable. And we have this idea, this women, we like to say, well, if you don't like me for who I am, then is your loss. Okay. You want a man to like your personality, like you for who you are, but you want to physically present yourself in a way that people find you attractive. Let's take relationships out of the case, right? You go for a job interview. Do you go in jeans and say, well, you need to like me for, what I am? No, you need to dress up, dress the part, dress in the proper attire that you need for an interview. And from there, they're going to listen to you speak. So that goes to my point about beautiful women. Men are visual. So, yes, they're going to look at your physique, look at your um, beautiful body and face, and they're going to see that gives them the motivation to approach you if you're looking the part. So if you're dressed like a streetwalker, you're going to get a certain type of men. If you dress classy or conservative, you're going to get a certain type of men, right? If you get that type of man, once you open your mouth, he is then going to find out the type of personality you have. And the more you speak, the type of character you have. And that goes with your femininity. Are you feminine when you speak? Are your actions feminine? Because you can't say you're beautiful and then you're fighting and cursing on the other end. You have to stop cursing. I had to do that. If you watch my last video, I dated a guy in college who was a cursor. I had to stop cursing. I didn't curse before him. I cursed when I was with him. It was easier to stop afterwards because I wasn't in a household that cursed. And someone told me, hey, cursing isn't really attractive on women. And he was so nice about it. And I listened. And that's how you women need to be. But no, you want someone to speak to you sternly and have to yell at you and curse you out for you to listen. But I'm coming to you, not cursing you out. I'm coming to you as a woman who is educated, letting you know that if you're educated, just because you want to be boss lady at work, it doesn't mean when you, like a man wants that when you come home. Let him be a leader. And so many women that say, well, why all of these gender roles? You listen to your pastor. You listen to the leaders in your community. You listen to authority at work. But when a man wants to show his leadership in a relationship, you have the audacity to say, well, I won't submit unless. Start now to start to learn how to submit. And the number one way you learn to submit is being respectful. That's really what you're doing. You're respecting his leadership. You're not dumbing yourself down. You're not belittling yourself. You're respecting him, his masculinity, his leadership. We can't demand men to respect and protect us when we don't respect them either. because then they're going to go their own way, MGTOW, or they're going to get tired of us nagging, yelling at them, and then they become red pill. Okay, we have to get to the point where we learn to respect men, speak to them with respect, not just in the bedroom, not just after we get the ring, before we get the ring. We have to learn to respect them, how we speak, be supporting, be encouraging. I talk about love languages. Men have love languages, and how you use that love language that they want is how he determines your love for him. My husband is words of affirmation. So, yes, every chance I get, I'm going to speak positively to him. If it's something that he's done, then there's a way of doing it. Like if he's done something negatively that you do not like, or something like my husband sometimes he likes to procrastinate on a few things. And I know it's because he's busy. So what do I say? You know what, babe, you've been working so hard at work. I know all you want to do is sit down and relax. And I appreciate that. I appreciate all that you do for this family, but I really need to get that light fixed. Can you please fix it? Now, if you can't, that's fine. I can go and hire someone. No. I got it. Or you can be you and wonder why you don't have a man and say, I'm so sick of this. Blah, blah, blah. I've been at home. I've been working all day too. All of that. You can do all of that. Imagine what you can get by speaking the way I spoke to my husband. All right, so let me see everything that I talked about us being entitled. We think that our looks and our body is enough. No, we need to have femininity. We need to have the mindset. So many women think that because they make a certain amount of money, anybody who makes less than them is below them. You're stuck up, basically. Because if that's the way you think about men, you probably think that about women and other people too. That means you probably talk to people any kind of way. You probably speak to people any kind of way if you think that you are somehow better than they are. You cannot speak to people any kind of way because you think you make more money than them. And in society, we do that. People in society who make money speak to people any kind of way because they think they have money. It is wrong. Learn to speak to people with kindness and respect. And it doesn't matter what men do, because I'm talking about women. Part of being feminine is being kind, gentle, nurturing, respectful, loving. If you're not having these characteristics, what man is going to think that you're feminine? Why? Because you're wearing a skirt? All right. So, men who are high valued want women who are smart, and being smart is knowing when to pick your battles, not just being smart educationally, but knowing common things out of relationships, knowing when to pick your battles. You don't have to nag about everything. Everything doesn't have to be a problem. Why do you think I've stayed married for so long? But and you can say, well, who are you? Who are you? Well, the question is, what is it that you want? Because the things that you guys are saying you want, I have. So I'm just trying to impart some of the knowledge I have for women who are interested in getting married and having a legacy. Because my children have a great father in their life that is supportive, loving, dedicated to not just him, but to me. And he provides, he protects, he loves. He's a great man. And this is what you say you guys want. All right. So, that's that. I mentioned about character. I don't see anything wrong with the working class man. I don't see anything wrong with it. A man who is part of, like, these men keep society going. So what, I mean, you want to have a society where there's only white collar? Who's going to get your trash? Who's going to deliver packages and mail? Who's going to help clean the streets? Who's going to secure the community? Like police officers, who's going to be the fireman? Who's going to do the transportation? There's nothing wrong with working class men. Nothing. And in fact, this country was built off of working class men. And the audacity of you to disrespect men because they're not what you consider as high earning shows your mindset and who you are and what you value. So basically, you value money, not people. And that man who is high valued, if he is a guy of substance, he's going to see that and he's not going to want you in his life. He's not going to want that mindset. The same way you value his money is the same. You might as well just get a man who values looks. Just get that man. If you're the person about looks, you just get the man who wants you as arm candy, and that's it. If you are one who is degreed and only want another educated man, a lot of times these educated men are not going to want someone who is bossy and don't like to submit to any level of leadership. You will submit to everyone's leadership except your man's, right? And then those who earn a certain amount of money, these men are gonna not respect you because once he's gonna feel like you only want him for his money. All right. So that's what I have to say with that. We need to change our mindset. How you chose a man in the past is gonna determine your mindset. What were the men that you were dating? How were they? If you have something negative to say about every man you dated, then you're the problem. They may be a problem as well, but you chose them. You entertained them. You waste your time with them. You had a baby with them. You thought about making babies and not creating legacies. I'm going to leave that at that. I said it. You thought about, and it's not all women. Some women have just, they made a mistake. They had a child and they moved on and they grew from it. But I'm talking about women who are complaining about these men. You chose that man. You chose him. So if I had a baby by a man and he was not a good man, I take it, I move on, I grow in life. But so many of you did not learn from your first mistake. So you made a second one. And I'm not saying children are mistakes, but I'm saying the decision that you made that led to this unwanted pregnancy or this unwanted gift. You made the choice and you continued third time, fourth time, fifth time. Okay. Let that marinate. I'm going to move on to the next point. Our looks, the whole take me as I am, God does that. God will take you as you are, not men. I'm a Christian, so I'm saying this, I'm being honest. God will take you as you are. He knows your heart. He knows all of that. Men love conditionally. God loves unconditionally. I'm being honest with you. When I was pregnant, I gained weight, as many people do. I didn't look the same. Men are not going to be like all that whole TV where everybody thinks that you're just going to be just as attractive as you were then. No, my last child, yes, she just made me glow. All these other ones, I didn't feel like I had that glow. And although my husband never said it, I'm pretty sure he did not think I had the glow either. Okay? So that's just me in pregnancy. Some of you women are not pregnant and you are looking how you're looking. Like Boo Boo the Fool. And you think he just needs to love you as you are, rolls and all. So you're not going to change. So you don't want to get rid of the rolls and lose weight, but you want him to already have a six-pack. Why would a man with a six-pack want to be with a woman who doesn't also have a six-pack? Yeah, some of you guys can grow together, grow and lose weight together. All right. That's all I have to say. I'm not even going to be on here too long. I just thought I needed to say that. So the question again is Manosphere, Red Pill, MGTOW, Kevin Samuels, are these men all right? That we are so entitled in society that we think we should get something that we have not earned, get a certain type of man that we're not even on that mindset alone, and we think because either our looks alone or our money or our degree alone can get us there. Do we think that without femininity we're going to get this masculine man that we're asking for without being able to respect and submit to him? Are these men right? Yes. We modern women, we think that this feminism is feeding into our brains and telling us we don't need men, but at the same time we do need, we can have a man as a companion to be with, and he can be our partner. No, we're trying to mix two different things because masculine men are looking for feminine women, but feminism isn't teaching femininity. Yes, be empowered, women. I am all about women's empowerment. Don't get me wrong, but why can't we be empowered women and still be feminine and love our masculine men? Why can't we do that? Why do we have to hate men? Why do we have to love women at the expense of hating men? Uh, and then I'll save the whole issues within our community, the Black community, for a different, a different channel, my other channel for that. But is Kevin Samuels right? Is Manosphere right? Are all these men who are talking about relationships right? In every aspect, no, because there are some prey men who will prey on us. Prey, who are giving all these other men strategies on how to get over on us. So if you're not someone of good character, you're gonna fall prey to that. Okay. Y'all don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to learn from my mistakes. You do not have to do any of those things. But I'm coming to you real. I'm coming to you as a woman with a degree, as a woman who is also high earning, with a man who is high earning, with, got married early because that's what you guys, you women want, have children, you know. I this is all I have to say. I'm done, ladies. Do not write me off so fast. I know this was a hard lesson. All right. Bye, ladies.